Imagine a city buried beneath your feet, corridors threading through rock like the veins of a living thing, rooms stacked 10 stories deep, and doors the size of millstones ready to seal out the world. Welcome to Derinkuyu, in the heart of modern-day Turkey, an underground metropolis that could shelter 20,000 people, complete with ventilation shafts, oil presses, chapels, wine cellars, and massive rolling stone doors. Today, we descend into its darkness to ask who built this vast refuge, how it functioned, and why generations chose to live away from the light. The first thing to grasp is scale. Derinkuyu is not a quarry or a single cave. It is an engineered city carved into soft volcanic tuff. Stairways lead from level to level, each serving distinct functions: storage rooms, kitchens, communal spaces, stables, even a schoolroom. A network of ventilation shafts ensures fresh air could reach the deepest chambers. Some shafts are wide and ornate, others are narrow and utilitarian. Ingeniously, these shafts double as wells, making the settlement defensible even during prolonged sieges. Defense is central to understanding Derinkuyu. Massive circular doors, each weighing several hundred kilograms, sit in grooves and can be rolled into place to block corridors. These stones were more than barriers, they were mechanical solutions to a very human fear of invasion. Narrow passageways, trap-like entrance routes, and slits for surveillance transformed the city into a fortress. The presence of oil presses and storage rooms indicates the capacity for long-term self-sufficiency. Food, fuel, and water stockpiled below ground. Who then built this subterranean labyrinth? The answer is not simple. Archaeological evidence points to multiple phases of construction spanning centuries. Some of the earliest excavations may date back to Hittite times, roughly the late 2nd millennium BCE, when Anatolia saw vibrant urban cultures with sophisticated stoneworking techniques. Yet many historians now attribute major expansions to later groups: the Phrygians and, importantly, Byzantine Christians, who adapted the complex for communal refuge during the early medieval period. Derinkuyu's layered history is visible in its architecture. Earlier tunnels and storage chambers reflect functional, utilitarian needs. Later additions reveal religious life. Chapels with apses, fresco remnants, and baptismal fonts carved into the rock. This suggests the underground city served different communities over time, each molding the space to its needs. The Hittites might have initiated subterranean building. The Phrygians likely expanded it, but it was the Byzantine era, when Arab raids became a constant threat, that saw the metropolis reach its defensive and communal maturity. Why retreat underground at all? The answer lies in a mix of practical necessity and existential dread. Anatolia has long been a crossroads of competing empires, tribes, and migrating populations. Plague, famine, and warfare made the surface unpredictable. For communities that learned the hard lesson that walls and fortresses above ground can be overrun, going below became a rational course of survival. Underground life insulated inhabitants from violent incursions, provided stable temperatures for food preservation, and offered secrecy. Entire towns could disappear from sight in the face of danger. There is also a psychological dimension. Living beneath the earth rewires daily life. Light measured in lamps and candles, time marked by communal rhythms rather than sunlight, a heightened dependence on stored provisions. This subterranean existence embodies an ancient survival dread, a refusal to gamble with exposure when the option to withdraw and endure was available. Derinkuyu stands today as a palimpsest of human adaptability, an architectural marvel born of necessity, continually reshaped by successive cultures who feared the surface and chose to hide instead. Its tunnels teach us not only about stone cutting and engineering, but about the human impulse to shelter, to gather, and to engineer safety out of the living rock. In exploring Derinkuyu, we confront the same question those ancient inhabitants faced. When the world above turns violent and uncertain, what will you do to survive?